Yo, what's up, Hivers? Um, Ashley's like, yo, I'm sleeping late. So she didn't pick out her daily jams um, for the new wave theme. So we're gonna go ahead and push that to tomorrow. And she picked out some yeah songs because we were listening to them last night. I picked out some Hive songs. So new wave day will be tomorrow, Sunday, the 7th, not the 6th. And enjoy these garage band vibe. You know, the Hives are actually a Swedish band, but they have that kind of like Iggy Pop. You know, they came out, when the White Stripes, the Strokes, were kind of like blowing up in 2001. I actually have a story about the Hives. Not really, but kind of. I went to see the Foo Fighters in 2002. I was a senior in high school, and I remember, I was 18, so I could do it. We heard that if you waited outside, it was Tower Records or Virgin Records. All night, you got tickets to see the Foo Fighters at this little venue, the Supper Club, which, you got to remember, the Foo Fighters today are known as, like, dad rock. Like, they're the biggest rock band in the world in terms of touring the last 10 years and selling out arenas multiple nights in a row. You got to remember, 2004, the Foo Fighters still had that charm. Like, those first three albums, the first two in particular, were really alternative. This was not like, your dad's favorite band, like it is today with the Foo Fighters. They didn't have all these, like, ballad hits yet. Dave Grohl was playing drums for Queens of the Stone Age for a year in between the third and fourth album. And the Foo Fighters almost broke up. But anyway, for a post that doesn't include the Foo Fighters, this is getting a little long. But I think we will include the Foo Fighters as the joint pick at the end of the jam here. But whatchamacallit? The Foo Fighters came out dressed as the Hives. It was Halloween night. Long story short, we got the tickets. It turns out that's not how it worked. You had to pre-order and wait online to be the first. And some guy was there, like, acting like an employee. Like, he had a list of people signing up. And it turned out he was a random dude. And, like, him talking to the manager and showing that he had a list and a record of people signing in actually saved the day. And we all got to go in. He was like, these people have been waiting overnight. And people were pissed. People that got there the next morning were not happy. But, we waited all night, senior year. It was a weeknight for sure. And I remember my sister and brother-in-law had just moved from like 3 blocks away. And I was so pissed because I had a buddy with me. So, we could have taken turns going there to crash on the couch and pee and stuff. And they just moved to the suburbs like a month, like probably like 6 months before, 3 months before. So it was so cold. It was like November. No, it wasn't November. It had to be like September, October. It must have been a couple of weeks before the actual show. So it must have been middle of October. But I'm telling you, we were all shivering. It was freezing cold. It must have been like in the 20s, early that year. But yeah, they came out playing Hate to Say I Told You So by the Hives. I definitely have had pictures somewhere. Some have survived since 2003. Or late 2002, October 2002. I got to look for those. Because I definitely had a couple of the Foo Fighters on stage with the Hives outfits on. Those ties and everything. And then at the end of the show, they came out and did a cover with the main guy, the original guy singing the song. It was some 80s new wave song. And it was like, dun 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 dun. Na na na, I can't tell, na 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 na, na 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 na. But I don't know what the song is. But I see it on that channel 33, First Wave a bunch, and they came out and did a cover of that. The Foo Fighters were a fun band, man. I remember when they played stacked actors. The whole crowd was screaming, F Courtney Love, F Courtney Love, because they had that feud going. Courtney Love was trying to get money from some Nirvana stuff, and Dave and Chris were like, we don't want to release that. And Courtney called that stealing out of her daughter's mouth. Where they said, Dave and Chris said they were just trying to do what Kurt would want. But anyway, yeah,